Imagine this scenario. Tomorrow, China launches a surprise attack on Taiwan. There is no warning. Hundreds of missiles are launched from land, air, and sea. Taiwan's air defense systems are quickly overwhelmed. The government is paralyzed by massive cyber attacks, throwing all defensive coordination into chaos. The Chinese Navy immediately surrounds the island. The Chinese Air Force dominates the skies. All reinforcement routes are cut off. The United States responds. The Pacific Fleet is mobilized. F-35 fighters are deployed. Satellites are repositioned to support tactical operations. But at that moment, the U.S. arsenal is nearly empty. Ammunition stockpiles are depleted. Production lines cannot keep up with the pace of modern warfare. After just 8 days of fighting, America can no longer supply essential weapons. Taiwan falls. And the most terrifying part, China wins without putting a single soldier on the ground. The consequences don't end there. The global semiconductor supply chain, almost entirely dependent on Taiwan, collapses overnight. Tech factories around the world shut down. Financial markets panic. The global economy spirals into chaos. And as America's power and credibility crumble, authoritarian regimes rise across the world, directly threatening global democracy. This is not fiction. This is a real scenario modeled and studied by the U.S. Department of Defense. And in most simulations, America loses. My name is Luckey. I'm best known for founding Oculus VR, the company that played a central role in reviving virtual reality. We created the Oculus Rift, and we were acquired by Facebook in 2014. But I was later fired from Facebook, not for any performance issue, but because of my political views and because I supported causes that were unpopular in Silicon Valley. That experience gave me a new perspective. It showed me how ideology, bureaucracy, and fear of controversy can cripple even the most innovative companies. So I turned my focus to something even more important: fixing a broken defense industry. The U.S. defense sector is stagnant. It's filled with legacy contractors who care more about maintaining contracts than delivering capability. They design systems that are bloated with cost, years behind schedule, and often obsolete by the time they're deployed. They're not incentivized to move fast or take risks. They're incentivized to write proposals, check boxes, and pass compliance reviews. Innovation becomes secondary or even irrelevant. I saw a gap. A need for a company that treats national defense the way a startup treats its first product launch. Urgency over process. Function over form. Mission over politics. That's why I started Anduril Industries, to bring the speed, ambition, and innovation of Silicon Valley, not to games or apps, but to national security. After seeing how broken and stagnant the defense industry had become, I knew we needed a new kind of company. That's why I founded Anduril Industries. We didn't start Anduril to chase government contracts. We started it to solve a real problem. The U.S. military was falling behind because it lacked access to modern technology. The traditional defense contractors weren't going to fix that. They had no incentive to innovate, only to keep existing programs alive. Anduril was built to be different. First, we fund our own product development. We don't wait for the government to tell us what to build. We anticipate future threats, build the solutions in advance, and then show what we can do. Second, we move fast. While traditional programs take years, we can deploy working systems in months or even weeks. And we do it at a fraction of cost. Third, our core technology is software, specifically an AI platform we call Lattice. Lattice ties together data from sensors, drones, cameras, radars, anything you can plug in, and it gives commanders a clear picture of what's happening in real time, powered by AI. Fourth, we design our hardware for mass production, not just for PowerPoint slides. Our drones, towers, and sensor systems are meant to be used at scale in the real world by real operators. Anduril isn't about selling science experiments. We build usable technology that's ready for the battlefield now. Anduril isn't just a vision. We've already delivered real systems, solving real problems. We built autonomous fighter jets for the U.S. Air Force. These aren't remote-control drones. They fly themselves, make decisions using AI, and operate alongside manned aircraft to dramatically increase our air power. For the Royal Australian Navy, we developed large, autonomous submarines. They can patrol vast distances, carry out surveillance, and operate without human crews for extended periods. It's a game changer for maritime security. We've also built augmented reality headsets for infantry units. These give soldiers enhanced battlefield awareness, integrating maps, enemy positions, and friendly forces, all in real time, right in their field of vision. And one of our most ambitious projects is the Roadrunner, a reusable interceptor drone that can take off vertically, identify enemy drones, and shoot them down in midair, then land safely and get ready to launch again. We went from a sketch on a piece of paper to a working, deployable system in just 24 months. That's the kind of speed and focus the modern battlefield demands. And that's what Anduril delivers. Let me make a surprising statement. We build weapons to protect peace. This might sound contradictory at first, but let me explain. The concept of deterrence is simple but powerful. We don't need to engage in conflict if our adversaries know they cannot win. The goal is not to fight wars, but to make aggression so costly that no one dares to challenge us. We've seen this before throughout history. Countries go to war when they believe they can win. If we make it clear that an attack will result in unacceptably high costs, that enemy will think twice. This is the core of deterrence. We don't want more weapons, more troops, or more missiles just for the sake of having them. We need the right kind of weapons systems, ones that ensure no one thinks they can win in a conflict with us. Now, this brings me to a key point. We cannot compete with China on numbers. China has the largest navy, the largest missile arsenal, and the largest standing ground force in the world. We'll never be able to match them in sheer numbers, and we shouldn't try. Instead, we need smarter systems. We need systems that can outpace them in speed, scale, and intelligence. This is how we ensure that our adversaries understand that they cannot afford to engage us. Deterrence is about making it clear that we are unbeatable, not by sheer size, but by the strategic advantage of the systems we deploy. China has the advantage in numbers: more ships, more soldiers, more missiles, and greater industrial capacity. But the United States doesn't need to beat China in sheer numbers. What we need is an advantage in automation and the ability to produce quickly. Let's look back at World War II. During the war, we managed to produce a B-24 bomber every 63 minutes. That level of mass production was one of the key factors that led to our victory. Today, we need to leverage that same industrial might, but in a modern, automated context. The critical role of AI in this is clear. AI enables us to create autonomous systems that can perform tasks traditionally done by humans. These systems allow us to reduce costs and minimize casualties, ensuring that we don't have to rely solely on human resources in combat. AI also keeps us ahead of the curve in modern warfare, enabling us to maintain an edge in environments where traditional systems fall short. With AI, we can scale our defense capabilities faster and more effectively than ever before. It's not just about making more weapons. It's about making smarter, more efficient ones. By automating key aspects of warfare, we can take on challenges in ways that were once unimaginable. This is the future of defense: smart, scalable, and fast production of autonomous systems that ensure we always stay one step ahead of our adversaries. Let's imagine a second Taiwan conflict, but this time we're going to use advanced technology to change the outcome. In this scenario, as soon as China launches its missile strikes, we have AI-powered drones that intercept and neutralize those missiles in mid-flight. These drones are capable of making split-second decisions and are already positioned in the region, ready to respond the moment the attack begins. At sea and in the air, unmanned warships and autonomous aircraft take the fight to the enemy. These platforms, working in tandem with human control forces, strike unpredictably and overwhelm the enemy's defenses. On the ground, automated systems defend Taiwan's shores, preventing any amphibious assault from reaching the island. These robotic sentries and automated defenses work seamlessly to stop enemy troops before they even land, giving Taiwan the upper hand. The key takeaway from this new scenario is clear. Technology is our ultimate tool for deterrence. By showing that we have the capacity to defend and respond at scale, we make any adversary think twice before attempting to attack. It's not just about fighting wars. It's about preventing them by making the cost of aggression too high. In the end, this technological edge is how we ensure peace. It's how we prevent the wars of tomorrow from ever happening. Question 1. The ethics of autonomous weapons. Bilawal Sidhu. One of the most controversial topics. What do you think about the ethics of autonomous weapons? Palmer. Jokingly, I love killer robots. This statement gets a laugh from the audience. But on a serious note, we've been using automated tools in warfare for a long time. From artillery to drone strikes, automation has been a part of military operations for decades. The argument that AI should be entirely removed from the battlefield is irresponsible. We need to evaluate each case carefully, not impose blanket bans on the use of AI in combat. There's no one-size-fits-all answer when it comes to the application of technology in warfare. Question 2. Is remote control safer? Bilawal Sidhu. Is remote control safer than autonomous systems? Palmer. Remote control can be easily jammed or hacked. It is vulnerable to interference. When it comes to modern warfare, especially with the scale at which it's evolving, remote control systems simply don't cut it. There's no high moral ground in denying AI technology while keeping our systems weaker. If we want to win, we need to be more advanced, not less. AI gives us the edge we need to maintain that superiority on the battlefield. Question 3. IVS, the Army's AR/VR program. Bilawal Sidhu. Can you tell us about IVS, the Army's augmented reality and virtual reality program? Palmer. The main goal of IVS is for humans and robots to have the same battlefield perspective. The integration of augmented reality, AR, and virtual reality, VR, will help soldiers and machines work together seamlessly. The system enhances situational awareness, providing superhuman visual capabilities, multi-spectrum displays, and real-time information processing, making it easier for soldiers to make decisions. The goal is to bridge the gap between man and machine, allowing them to work in sync to outpace the enemy. Thank you for listening. Thank you.